I've made a huge mistake. In the last 6 months, I've been so focused on making money, improving my sales skills, capitalizing on opportunities, and becoming a freaking unit in the bank account, filling up my pockets that I've let the most crucial, the most center point part of who I am, the deepest element of my identity, just wash away. And I was told by some gurus, and I was listening to some people that obviously were wrong, at least for my particular scenario, that told me, that if you want to level up, if you want to have a crazy business, if you want to make as much money as possible, that you have to make it your only focus, your only target, your only priority, and you will make money. And don't get me wrong, I did make good money and I did well, but the part of me that I left, the part of me, the deepest part of me that gave me my identity, that told me who I was being fit, being lean, and feeling confident. Over the last 6 months, I've really let that go. You can't really tell, I know, because you're probably looking at me, you think, oh, this guy still looks okay, he looks decent. But that's the thing. I don't shoot to be decent. I'm not aiming to be decent. I'm aiming to be elite. And I've always been elite my entire life. Sure, I've had down periods where I'm going through bulks and stuff like that and I look phenomenal, but that was all by intention. When I'm trying to be elite, when I'm trying to be the best possible version of myself I can be, I look fantastic. I feel fantastic. I show up in the world like a completely different person than I am right now. And now I'm coming to the realization that the very part of me that made me good at sales was my deep identity rooted in fitness. My deep desire to continuously improve my physical presence. That's what made me an unstoppable salesperson. It wasn't any type of crazy sales tactic, no talking track, no ability to overcome objections. It was simply my confidence and the way that I showed up to sales calls and presentations that gave me the edge over other sales reps in my company. And as I began to get more and more and more out of shape, further away from my highest potential, my sales performance actually dropped. I actually became a worse sales rep. And I thought it was something to do with, just the market, some BS, all types of BS excuses I was making up about some type of skill. The leads were bad and these type of things. But in reality, it was me. It was me all along. It wasn't anybody else. It was simply my mindset and my physical presence that I had let go. Now, just to give you a quick idea of what I'm looking at here, because I know you probably can't really tell from this view, so I'll give you a quick view. So this is what we're looking like right now. Decent. Hold on, let me focus here. So we look decent, like, you know what I mean? We're just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still have visible abs. We look okay, but I've lost a crazy amount of muscle. I've lost a ridiculous amount of definition that I used to have. I know there is a lot of people that would like to look like me still. They still think I look okay, but this is not my standard. This is below my physical standard. So yes, I still look okay, but I know that I can look better. And the minute I let go of my physical presence, my legs have gotten smaller too. You can't really tell, but my legs have definitely shrunk as well, mainly because I hurt my back, but that's besides the point. Anyways, I stopped training as hard as I used to in the gym. I stopped eating the way I know I'm supposed to eat, prioritizing protein and good, clean carbs. I stopped doing the right thing, and it bit me in the butt. And maybe for some people, the way you perform your best in your career to make as much money as possible is by making that the sole priority and cutting out everything else. But for me, that simply didn't work. Because what gave me my edge in my career was actually my physical presence, my health. The fuel that you consume is the same fuel that your brain has to work off of. So when I started eating more higher calorically dense food, more fats, adding extra sauce to my food, and overall just eating too many calories, it affected the way that I thought. It affected my energy levels. And it was very easy for me to just brush this off because for a while I was doing well. Like I was having some of my best months ever. I was doing fantastic. But eventually it started to go back downhill because when I looked in the mirror, I didn't see a man that I respected anymore. I didn't see the man that I knew I was. And I know you've probably heard the same thing before yourself, which is why I'm making this video. I know I'm not the only one. And although some people may get a whole lot done by doing this, if you're used to operating at a certain level and showing up a certain way in life, and you change that, it's gonna have an impact on your performance. Not just physically, but also mentally and professionally. So some things that I'm doing to fix this and get back to my highest performing self in my career is first things first, I gotta get this right. Gotta get some of this fat off. I gotta get some of my muscle back. I've lost so much muscle and I've gained fat. So I've gotta get some fat off of me, rebuild some muscle. It's gonna be a process. And above all else, I have to get my mind back to what it's supposed to be. Because I know who I am in here. I know what my potential is like. I am still that same exact guy, which is why I feel pain for not looking and feeling the way that I know I'm supposed to look. You see, if I wasn't jacked internally, if I wasn't a high performer internally, I wouldn't have any type of conflict showing up the way I'm showing up right now. It'd be okay. You know, and the guys that are allowed to just let themselves get completely fat, eat like crap, and skip workouts and do all this stuff forever, those are the ones that deep down inside, they haven't become the type of person that is a high performing, jacked, lean, confident person. They're not that person yet, because if you were that person, there's no way you could walk around for 6 months, 3 months, or a year looking like crap. There's no way you could do that. It would eat at your mind and it would eat at your soul. And that is exactly what it's doing to me right now. So the next logical step for me is to make my health, make my fitness a priority again. Yes, we're still trying to make money. We're still trying to level up our career. We have some big goals. I'm trying to grow the YouTube channel, trying to grow a business. Like, we're trying to do all these things, but this has to come first. This body, this mind has to come first. And I build my mind by building my body, doing hard things, getting in the gym when I don't want to go to the gym, waking up when I don't want to wake up. Training the body physically trains the mind too. And if you want to perform higher in your career, you have to have a strong and resilient mind. The minute you let your body go, you let your mind go. When your mind is gone, your money is gone. So get that right first. If you want to make more money, if you want to be elite, you've got to take care of your body. So yeah, we're not looking our best right now, but that's why I'm making this video, because I want y'all to see the transformation. I'm a fitness coach. I do this stuff all day long. I help people get jacked, get lean, build confidence all day long, but now it's time for me to coach myself. So I'm gonna start sharing more fitness content, more nutrition content, more of the different ways that I'm getting in the best shape of my life, so you could do the same. So anyways, appreciate you watching. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos ever again. Keep up with my journey. I love you, and I hope you come back to the next one. Elijah Braun out.